What's up, guys? We're back here in Eve Echoes, and today Plex hit a big milestone of 110,000 ISK in game. This surprised me a little bit. It hit 100,000 a lot quicker. It's gone down slightly now. You can see 95,000 right now currently. But yes, definitely it hit the 100K mark, and it's gonna stay around there for at least a while, probably jump even higher. So I didn't think it was gonna get this high this quick. So the game came out on the 13th. We are currently about 18 days into the game. The Plex has gone from 3,000 to 100K in those 18 days, and it should just keep going up because there is very, very little gold sinks in this game. So the designers didn't put in enough gold sinks, and there's just too many gold avenues generating in the game. From anytime you kill a ship, you get gold, you get a bounty. Anytime that you do a quest mission, an encounter, you get a prize reward out of it. And so those are the main ways that you're going to be making money. And those are the main things you do in Eve Echoes. Their only way to generate a gold sink in this game currently is through the marketplace. And so whenever you sell something, you lose money to the NPC. The game takes some of the money. Starts off at 15%, and I think it's like an 8% listing fee. So, yeah, 15%, 8% listing fee. That's the only gold sink that is really in the game. There were some seeded items that were very, very generic and basic, some like level 1 and level 2 ships. But people weren't buying them anymore. Like, now you're not going to buy them. So I think the Slasher was a seeded ship. There's thousands out there or something like that, and so forth. But as people have now leveled up, it's pointless. Like, they're not buying. The game is not going to seed any of the larger ships. So they're not going to seed these big ships, which means people are going to have to craft these. And then when you craft them, oh wow, someone actually has this available. 580 million. Very cool. Daredevil. So when you craft them, it's all player-generated materials. It's not a gold sink whatsoever. The only gold sink is when it's sold and listed. That's the only gold sink that is currently in the game that I've seen. There is actually skills. So when you unlock new skills, it does cost some gold, but it's a one-time fee. It's a very, very minor. The advanced, tier 3 skills do cost like 30 million. But in the grand scheme of things, 30 million is nothing. 30 million is just is 1 hour's worth of farming once you get to level 6 or so, and you have tier 6 ships. And then you're doing higher level missions. So, the way to always get money and to generate enough money to be a free-to-play player to get the paid status is going to be very difficult now, because a lot of the paid players have advanced further. So they've gained more skill points, and they're at tech level 6, and they're very close to tech level 7. They're going to get to tech level 7 in about 20 days. For a free-to-play player, that's going to take them 100 days or 120 days to get to tech level 7. Free-to-play players are probably just barely getting to tech level 6 right now. So there's a skill disparity right there, and the higher the tech level, the more powerful you are. So no matter what people will say, the game is pay to win. The higher skills that you have, the stronger ships you have, the stronger skills your powers are. It is a very pay-to-win system, the whole system that they have here. So, it is hard. It is very hard, because these players that are already at tech level 6 and tech level 7 are going to be generating more money faster than the free-to-play players that don't have access to these higher-level missions. For once, you needed to get to tier 5 to get advanced missions. So that's the first choke point, is you need to get to tier 5 to do advanced missions. Advanced missions will unlock the better chance at getting a rare mission, and you want to use these story missions, these quests. So you want to stay in one kind of region. We're kind of in the blue region right now, so you can see we're getting mostly blue quests. And the check part over here means that you've completed it and you don't need it anymore. So when you click on it, it has a little summary, and it shows you right here a combo piece. So it requires 5 missions, and you get this Mega Corporation quest. As a free-to-play player, you're not going to be able to beat this mission the first time or second time you get it. you're going to want to sell the mission. And I've talked about this before. So these diamond ones are common missions that you'll find in your mission book very easily. The circle ones are rare. Those come out like once every day or two if you are refreshing a lot. Like, they're very rare. And you'll notice that the symbols correspond to the races. There's 4 different races, there's 4 different symbols. So blue is the best to do for money making because you can get good missiles and good just generic loot off of the blue missions. But blue is also a semi-difficult mission to do. The ships are going to hit you kind of hard because they're using missiles themselves and they're kind of just a blank, no resistance all around. Green missions I find are easy but a little bit slow to do. And you want to stay away from these yellow missions if you are using missiles and going like a shield-based ship. So you refresh and you look for quests. Look for quests that you haven't got check marks on. So right here we have a green one with no check mark. And then we have this reddish one with no check mark. So when you click on it, it's going to show you the quest. And you're going to be like, okay, when you do it, you click on that, it's going to complete this. So it's going to complete one of these, epidemic. So it's going to complete this one. So now you're only going to need to do these 2 missions, and you're going to end up getting this. And again, this is something you want to sell. Disaster relief. To sell it as a free-to-play player, you need to go to the trade center, nearby trading centers. You click on this, and it'll show you a list of all the trading centers. You go to one of these trading centers, so you click on the jumps, get to the trading center, and then you put the item in the trading center, and then you click on the item while it's in the item hanger, and then you can click sell. So we'll just pretend that this is a trading center right here. And as a free-to-play player, you do want to multi-box, if possible, 2 phones, or use your phone and computer. As you can see here, we have a team of 7. That is just 3 laptops and 1 cell phone. A 7-box. And so yeah, like, it is definitely harder now to get paid status as a free-to-play player. You're better off just buying the first monthly subscription, the $15, the first time. You're better off just paying it. Buy it. Just buy the $15. So you go here, you go to inventory, and then so we say this is a mission. We move it to the item hanger. While it's in the item hanger, we can click on it, and we go sell. But again, as a free-to-play player, you can only do this at the trade centers. As a subscriber, you can do this at any center, and you can also buy things at any center. So there's a lot of perks to being a subscriber, and you definitely want to be a subscriber. So again, if you are just starting out, don't try this as a free-to-play player. Pay $15. You'll only need to pay it 1 month. You'll be able to generate enough money in that month to buy your next subscription. It may take a little bit of work, but you'll be able to do it. As long as this price of the Plex doesn't get like outrageous, like 2 million or 3 million per Plex, you should be able to generate enough money. As you level up, the big hurdle for a free-to-play player is tech level 5. So tech level 5 is where you're going to be just stopped for a long time, but you're going to get a lot of power at tech level 5. You're going to want to save up all your money that you get, and you're going to want to buy a trainer, Caracol trainer. So they're about 5.5 million right now. Going up, they were only about 3.5 a few days ago. You could buy also the Omen trainer. Or the Vexor trainer. You're going to want to buy one of these trainers. So the Vexor trainer is the cheapest right now. And the reason is this is going to be a good ship that will have high DPS. So you have to figure out which one you want to buy. build your skills up into that tree. So this one is medium drones, and medium drones are quite expensive, but they are coming down in price. So, and currently the ship is only 3.5 compared to if you want to buy the missile ship, which is the Caracal Trainer, it's going to cost you 5.5. And there's only one, and then the next up it jumps up to 6.7. So even when you factor in the drone cost, this Vector Trainer is probably your cheaper option. So collecting 3.5 million, and again, you're just going to be killing ships and earning money doing quests till you get to tier 5. Buy this ASAP. When you're under tier 5, you probably want to buy a level 4 trainer. I forget if they give it to you or not as a free-to-play player, but you can see they're only 300,000, 400,000 for the trainers. If they don't give you one of these, you want to buy one of these trainers. And the cool thing is that it can be used very cheaply, and they're decent ships. Anyway, guys, I will talk to you guys later. I do think that the Plex will get to 1 million in about 20 days once the paid players get to tier 7, and they can start generating more money, because they're going to generate more money with better ships. So I'll show you real quick. At tier 7, they can start using battle cruisers. I think it's battle cruisers or battleships. So at tier 7, battle cruisers, they can start using battle cruisers. And these things, they cost a little bit. They cost almost 200 million. But again, once you're at that higher level, you're getting about 20 million an hour farming and doing quests and things like that. Like, 20 million hours, not that hard to do. You can probably get upwards to 50 million if you actually try really hard and you know what you're doing. So yeah, so it's going to take you a little bit. You're going to get 200 million. You're going to buy one of these ships. And these ships are monstrous. No one has produced them yet because no one is tier 7. You can see it has 5 drone slots. This one has plus 15 drone range. And then 30% DPS for each level. So you get 5 levels. That's 150 DPS bonus on drones. And you got 5 of them. Like, this ship is a monster right here. Crazy DPS potential. The 4X, they're all very similar with their different weapon types. 6 weapon slots there. So yeah, so people are going to start rocking these ships, and they're going to just start generating more money because these are higher DPS. And the AI is just stupid. Like, the AI is very, very dumb. You can just cheese the AI so many different ways. So having more DPS is always a plus. It doesn't matter if the ships are really slow or anything. Just you run a speed tank. Have the speed tank jump in first, and then use the actual DPS ship to kill everything. That's probably the easiest way. We'll do a video on that and then a little bit show you exactly what we're talking about. But yeah, that's it. Plex, new price point. I think it's going to hit 1 million in about 20 days. So if you're not investing in the Plex, you need to start investing in Plex. And yeah, as a free-to-play player, just buy your subscription for right now. Get to tier 5 at least. It's not too late to start and just snowball this. But once it gets to 1 million, and once a good month and a half has happened, and Plex just starts getting out of control, there's really going to be no way for free-to-play players to start. Like, so if you start in a month and a half, if you start 2 months from now, there's going to be no way for free-to-play players to generate enough money in-game to earn their first months of Plex. Like, their month subscription. It's not going to be feasible anymore because there's too much money being generated by the higher tier skill players, the tier 7, the tier 8s. Like, they're just going to be generating way much more money than a free-to-play player who's at tier 1 and just starting the game. It's a very, very bad system. They didn't check the inflation in this game, and inflation is going to be just massive. All the other weapons and items that are dropping are actually getting cheaper because they're dropping. People are just farming, and you're getting items. And no one's really dying that much right now, besides like server lag and disconnect and issues like that. But there's not much PvP. There's nothing really to fight over yet. So people aren't really just destroying and losing things. Yes, people do lose things out of stupidity, but yeah, it's not that painful. Like I said, if you're making 30 million an hour and you lose a ship that's 30 million, you're like, no big deal. It's like 1 hour's worth of work. and you have reserves. Like, as of right now, there's only plex to buy. And so that's why the price is just skyrocketing. People have money, but they can only buy plex, or they could fit their ship with the best stuff they have. And they already have the best stuff they have, because, like, if your ship doesn't die after, like, 2 or 3 days of playing the game, you don't need anything else. Like, you fitted out your ship as best as possible, your, like, highest DPS, you're good to go until tier 7 when you get new ships. And then you have to fit it out again with new stuff. Alright guys, I'll talk to you guys later. That was a little bit longer than anticipated. Thanks for watching.